Hello. Sorry, getting rid of this face covering so I can do a quick video for you guys. This is Saxon 2, lesson 126. So in your zippered pouch, you should have a little packet. It should look like this. That's what we're going to work on today. Now there are some things in your packet you do not need. So there's a little thing that says spelling words. You can get rid of that. We're going to use spelling using words their way. We're not going to be using this Saxon curriculum for that. And then everything is kind of stapled backwards for some reason. The staple's on the wrong side. So this is really where we want to start. So you'll have to open your packet and you're going to go to the part that says spelling sound review. We're going to start here. Today we're going to skip our sentence and then we'll move on to our new prefixes. All right, so put your name on top so that I know it's your paper once I get it back. And please put your finger next to number 1 so we can practice some of these spelling sounds. Number 1 is chur. Chur. Good. It's T-U-R-E. It's like that final stable syllable, T-U-R-E. I don't think you're going to be able to see that. Hold on. Good. Number 2, I consonant E, comma, I, final Y. Now go ahead and write it down. I consonant E, comma, I, final, which is the line, Y. Number 3, Z, 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 comma, S. Write it down. Number 4, O, 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 consonant E, comma, O, final, O-W. Good. Number 5, Jen, Jen, S-I-O-N. Good. Can you still see down there? I think you can. Okay, number 6, O, O, L, final, L-L. Good. This just looks like a lot of lines, doesn't it? There you go. L, final, L-L. Write it down. Number 7, F, final, F-F. Very good. Number 8, D, 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 final D, comma, E, D. D, final D, comma, E, D. And number 9, probably the longest one for today, is E, E. That's E-E, comma, E, final E-E, comma, Y. Good. All right, I'm going to move so if you have anything you missed, remember what you can always do. You can always pause the video if I'm moving too fast. But what I'm really looking for is for you to have that quick recall. So when I say the sound, you have quick recall to the different sound and spelling patterns. That's the whole point of this activity. It actually has a point. It's not just to waste your time. We just need to really be recalling those things. That way, whenever we're writing, it becomes automatic. When we're reading and we approach new words or we approach words that we're unfamiliar with, it becomes automatic. That automatically, when we approach different words, we chunk out sounds and we think back. And it automatically, like our brain goes right to that drawer in the filing cabinet. All right, so pause if you need more time. I'm going to be moving on. We're going to go to review words. So that's number 10 on your worksheet. Find number 10, please, and write the word protect. That's Protect. Protect. If I'm moving too fast, press pause. Find number 11. Amount. 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 Number 12. Strongest. Strongest. So if you wanted to write that on your own before I give you the answer, I'm going to say the word, you're going to press pause. Then you write it down, then you press play and check your answer. That will be a good way to do it. If you missed any of these, go ahead and copy them down now. And then we're going to move on to sight words. So find number 13. Number 13 is build. Now remember, sight words are not words you can sound out. So you're not going to sound out b-i-o-d. Instead, you have to think back to a time you saw it in a text, or you wrote the word yourself, or you messed with it on flashcards, or any other time, really. So build. Pause the video if you want to try it on your own. B-U-I-L-D. B-U-I-L-D. Number 14 is built. So this is build, like I'm going to build something in the future. Or maybe a question, do you want to build blah, blah, blah in the future? And then built, something that you already have done. So if you got Legos for Christmas and you built the set, you put the set together, you did that in the past. So it's not builded, it's built. All right, pause if you want to try it on your own, but I'm going to tell you the answer now. B-U-I-L-T. Built. Number 15. Is cloths. So if you have multiple wash rags or washcloths, more than one, how do we spell that? It is C-L-O-T-H-E-S. So if I went too fast for you, just back it up, pause it, and write down the word cloths, and then check your answer. Today we're not going to do the dictation, so go ahead and mark out the sentence. I know you guys are super sad about that. Just kidding. It is time for our new increment, the new thing we're learning today. So you can put your pencil down and just please listen and follow along. Echo these words and listen for something that's the same. Pre-cook, pre-cook. Pre-mix, pre-mix. Preheat, preheat. What is the like in all of those words? Pre. Look at these words and see what's making that sound. So we have pre-cook, pre-mix, and preheat. Do you see what's making that pre sound? What do all of these words have in common? The letters P-R-E. P-R-E. Does this remind you of anything we've studied before? It's called a prefix. Some people call it a prefix. I call it a prefix. You can call it whichever you want. Prefixes are similar to suffixes. So our suffixes are like s or es or ing that we add to the end of words. Prefixes come at the beginning of root words. Pre means before, so it changes the meaning of the root word. Pre-cook means something that you do before you cook. Pre-mix means something you do before you mix. Preheat, something you do before. All right, so I have a couple of other prefixes for you to look at. All right, so we have underfeed and overfeed, underpay and overpay, underpass and overpass. What are the prefixes that you see in these words? Good, you see the prefix under and the prefix over. And those two prefixes change the meaning of the root word feed. They change the meaning of the root word pay. They change the meaning of the root word pass. Does that make sense? So when you feed something, you can either feed it just the right amount, or you could feed it underfeed. You don't feed it enough. Or overfeed, whenever you eat and you get really, really full. But if you overfeed fish, it's bad. If you underfeed fish, it's bad. Feeding is just like the same regular amount. The same thing with underpay. You underpaid, which means you're not paid enough. And then overpaid is you're paid too much. Underpass, do you know what that is? It's kind of like whenever you go underneath a bridge on a road, that would be an underpass. An overpass is going to be over another road. So too much or beyond. Oops, too much or beyond. And then under is not enough or below. So do you know how we code prefixes? The same way we code suffixes. So suffixes we put a box around. Prefixes we also put a box around. I hope you remember this, but it was a super long time ago that we learned it. So if I came to this word, I would do this. Now by putting a box around it, it allows us to cover up that part of the word and pretend like it's not there, figure out the base word, and then we can figure out the meaning. Okay. Just making sure we all know how to do that. Then we code the base word like we normally would. So in underfeed, we would underline our vowel digraph, EE, put a macron or over the first E and mark out the second E. I hope you remember these, maybe. Line under our vowel digraph, AY. A says A, Y says nothing, so A. And then pass has two S's. We'd mark out one and give it a breath. Feed, we have same vowel digraph, good. Vowel digraph, good. And then we have a short vowel A. I hope all of that were things you remembered. I don't expect you to code, but it's good for you in case you come to words you do not know. All right, we need to go ahead and find the page because our packet's kind of all janky today. So right now you should have had this side filled out with an X over your sentence. Then you're actually going to open it and close it to find the new sounds, which look like the front of the packet, so whatever. Maybe put your name there in case that happens. On the new sounds, let's find number 1, and we're going to write some words with prefixes. The first one is oversleep. Oh boy, lots of people like to oversleep, don't they? So if you want to take a shot at it on your own, pause the video. I'm going to give you the answer now. It's O-V-E-R, over, and then we have the word sleep. S-L-E-E-P. Number 2, prefix. So we know pre, P-R-E, and then fix is easy, ix, F-I-X. Number 3 is underfed. Under, we just talked about, U-N-D-E-R, and then fed, F-D. Good job. Remember, if I went too fast, it's not a big deal. You're just going to pause the video. There's nothing else you need to do on this side with the high frequency word box or the extra lines. Now you're going to go and you're going to find the page that says worksheet. Hold on, let me get over here where you can see it better. Worksheet 126, and put your name on top. This is actually the back of the packet. I know it's super weird. I'm sorry. You know, we have some new individuals that are still learning our processes and our procedures, just like all of us are learning in this new dynamic, so no worries. We're going to go through these words and see if we can figure them out. Then we're going to answer the questions. You're going to do the back side on your own. So you need to complete the worksheet side and the homework side. All right, the worksheet side, our first word. Are there any obvious codings? The very first thing we look for prefixes and suffixes. So here's our prefix. We don't need to worry about that. Do we have any suffixes? No. Do we have any final stable syllables? No. So now we're going to look at our vowels. Here we have a vowel, consonant vowel, and we see a long I pattern, or I hope you did. That makes this one syllable, I, N. Then we have an open vowel here with the E. So the E also gets a macron. So we have D, E, and then we have fine that we've already figured out, and we have our prefix pre. So hopefully you can put those all three together. We have pre, D, fine. Pre-define. What is define? Yeah, it's to give the meaning or whatever. Something that we do before that. Or if you come into a situation with an expectation already, you've predefined what you think it's going to be like. All right, the next one. Do we have any prefixes? We do. We have over. And then in the end, I think you could do this without marking it, but that's the word see. Oversee. What does that mean? Yeah, to look over, to watch. The next one, we have the prefix pre. I hope you see that vowel digraph and know it says E, so we have teen, pre-teen, someone that is before a teen. So if you're 12, you're a preteen. We have a prefix here, under. You might know this word just from looking at it in sight. But we have vowel, consonant, vowel. This is a vowel pattern combination, which makes this not say a, but say a. Underwater. Good. Below the water. We have under again as our prefix. We have this OU. Remember what that says? It says owl. So we have underground, underground, below ground. Ooh, this is a complex one. I don't know if you'll see it all, but maybe you will. This word has a prefix over, and it has a suffix ing. And in the middle, it just has this vowel digraph, So we have l, k. So over, look, ing. What does that mean? Someone watching currently. So watching currently over you. All right, our questions. Number 7, 8, and 9 we need to do. Let's read the passage first. Go ahead and read that out loud or to yourself. And then let's go ahead and read the question on number 7. Now, this question's asking what causes pets to become unhealthy. It wants to know what it says in the passage. There are some options, like candy is an option, and that might make pets unhealthy, but that's not what the passage is talking about. So it's not asking for your opinion, it's asking for what it says in the passage. So there's only one best answer. There are several answers that are right. I actually think all of them might be right, but the best answer is the one that is written in the passage explicitly. So find that one. Number 8, it says, what can keep pets from being healthy? There's two things, there's two lines. So you need to write those two things. And it's both a prefix with the word fed. Number 9, pets should be fed just the right amount. Is that a true statement or a false statement? If it is true, you're going to color in true, and if it is false, you're going to color in false. Now you need to go to the back and do the same thing we just did together on your own. If you need help, you may ask your at-home teacher. All right, if there's any part of this video that you missed, just back it up. No big thing. All right, well, have a great Monday, and I will see you tomorrow.